It's been about 7 weeks since the Apple Watch came out, so I thought it'd be a nice time to reflect on what it is, what it isn't. My impressions on it have changed. Now that we know that Watch OS 2.0 is coming, what that's going to mean for the existing Apple Watch. So if you didn't watch my Apple Watch review, link to it down below. Essentially said this: I was a step above ambivalent towards the watch. I didn't think it did that much. I thought it was expensive, overpriced, which I guess is the same thing, and really didn't offer anything new. My big problem with it was, why spend so much money for something that's going to give you notifications and sort of mimic phone features, although poorly, when you're spending so much money for a really expensive phone? It just didn't make sense to me. So I've been using the Apple Watch. In fact, I've had it on my wrist every day since it first came out. So now for a total of 7 weeks, so I know it pretty well. And what I use it most for is not for notifications. It's not for apps. It's not for sending heartbeats or pictures of mushrooms to friends. It's to remind me to get up and move. That's really why I wear the Apple Watch. And I could do that with pretty much any other smartwatch out there or fitness bands. I like the interface. I like that it reminds me to stand up. I track my calories. It reminds me to be a little bit more active, but that's the extent of what I use the Apple Watch for. The novelty very quickly wore off of answering phone calls with it. The speakerphone's not that loud. The tinny microphone's kind of hard for people to hear me on. They always say it sounds very poor quality. There's ambient noise. It's just not the best. So that's what I've been using the Apple Watch for. I had a few issues with OS 1.0 as it stood. Certainly not being able to make your own watch faces was really annoying. Not being able to control the complications has been a bit tough as well, and complications is just fancy watch talk for the information that shows you things on the watch. I first didn't think it was a very good looking watch, but that's kind of changed. I feel like it looks nice. I made a video about my poor decision buying process of buying this brown leather loop, so you can watch that as well. Link to that down below. One of the things that I think is really innovative with the Apple Watch, though, is Force Touch. And that's something you can really see utility for in the next-gen hardware, not just for the watch, but next-generation phone and tablets. It's a really nice way to have an extra button without having a button. Digital crown has been surprisingly useful. The button below it's been useful. But again, I'm not using the watch for much more than making sure I've burned my calories for the day or tapping me to remind me to get up. I've got all my notifications for mail turned off, so it's not vibrating or buzzing. It hasn't been something that I've really liked that much. But then, OS 2.0. I was at WWDC where they announced it. In fact, I did a behind-the-scenes video of WWDC, and if you want to watch that video on my other channel, Inside John's Mind, we'll put that right here. Otherwise, you can go over and subscribe, all kinds of behind-the-scenes stuff and things about my life over on that channel. If you've got an idea for next great website, domain.com has you covered. They want to hook you up with a great offer. Save 20% on domain names and web hosting when you use coupon code TechnoBuffalo. That's all capital letters, one word, at domain.com's checkout. When you think domain names, think domain.com. So watchOS 2.0 is going to do a lot of things that should have been there from day one. Custom watch faces, I mean, come on. Interactive watch faces, videos, the ability to sort of do the time machine and scroll forward in time to see what the weather's going to be and such is really useful features. It's evolving the watch forward. I think what the big step is going to be is between the hardware. So the current watch that we have now, what the next generation is going to be, and I think we're going to see the next generation. I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think we're going to see it in time for the holiday season, which I know is not that much time between 1 and 2. We saw about 8 months between the initial iPad launch and the iPad 2 launch. I think it's going to be kind of the same time frame here. I think Apple's really trying to get this right. They don't want to wait and hold hardware for a release cycle. So having said that, would I buy the Apple Watch again? Nope, I don't think I would. If I wasn't in this industry, I mean, if I didn't have to check it out, if I didn't have to review it and share opinions with it, I don't think I would. I think I would really be in the camp of waiting to see what comes next. Looking at something that's this expensive and things that exist in the other world of smartwatches, Moto 360 has gotten very, very, very cheap. I still think that the Apple Watch OS is more useful at Android Wear, but there are way more options on the Android Wear side and also for way lower price points, so I think it kind of balances out to almost parity. Smartwatches still, though, don't offer anything new, no compelling features to get one, nothing that my phone doesn't already do. So I'd probably be better off ditching this and getting like a Fitbit or something to sort of track my calories and remind my tubby butt to get up and move around. I'm excited about what OS 2.0 is going to do, but I'm more excited about what next generation hardware is going to do. And I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts on the Apple Watch. Did you pick one up? Do you like it? Do you not like it? Would you return it? Did you return it? Are you waiting to buy one? Or maybe yours hasn't even shipped yet? I'd really like to hear your thoughts.